I think we are live. One looking good. Okay, folks, we are back for Sunday D&D, the British invasion. They came back. I suckered them back. They want some more abuse. Look at her. She's going directly with the bottle. See, that's what it is. See?
Lauren,
Oh.
what have you got there?
It's an alpaca.
Rainbow alpaca.
Oh, okay. Is that what that is? Okay. Okay. It's her companion. Okay.
I've smothered myself in pillows and a bear.
Okay. Good to know. All right, folks. Well, like I said, with Sunday afternoon D&D, episode 2 here with the group. Let's do our introductions as always. Introduce yourself, your character, and a little bit about them. And then we'll do a recap and then pick up the action and get back on it. First up is Damikos.
So I'm Lauren, and my character is a tiefling sorcerer called Damokos.
There you go. Okay. With bright purple hair. Delg.
So I'm Delg, and I'm a fierce dwarven gladiator from the mountains. I'm a mountain dwarf. Loves to drink as well.
Okay, good to know. Let me bring your volume up a little bit. You were light. Okay, next is Dwee.
Hey, my name is Rich. I'm playing Dwee, a halfling rogue, and looking for.
All right, and last but not least, Ilaria.
I'm Alice. I play Ilaria, who is a high elf druid. And I'm a hermit.
Okay, there we go. So who is brave enough to recap what happened last week? Listen to all that. Here's what what did we get?
Hey there, I'm Roderick the Ranger.
Oh, not Roderick. I didn't want Roderick. I wanted crickets.
Hey there, I'm Roderick the Ranger.
Why is it doing Roderick? What is going on? All right. No one wants to. They'll start drinking fiercely.
Go on, Rich.
So we were picked up as somebody basically hired us to look after a wagon, but we had a little feast, and we we fell asleep, and in that dream we all had a bit of combat practice. Woke up realizing it's all a dream, and now we're actually on the job. We've currently been told to bring a merchant cart, through to, I can't remember where. Philander, yeah, potentially. Phandelver, yeah, that. So, and yeah, we're on our way. We ran into what we realized is another horse and cart, but the horses were all dead, and we found some goblins on the way. So that's basically where we are. I think we saw somebody getting dragged off through the woods, or heard something being dragged off through the woods. So we've got to make the decision of either going up that way or continuing on the path that we're supposed to be doing.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, so Prater would be the one who hired you.
That's the one.
That's right. Yeah. And you came up north, off the high road, and you made a sharp right-hand turn easterly on the Tribord Trail. I've given you on the map again, and about halfway on the trail, there was what you could see was an ambush in the road. You have two things. Yes, you have a wagon full of goods that you are taking to the town of Phandelver to deliver to Barthen's Provision House, who has placed an order with the haberdashery group. And it was this order when this group was when it was placed. There was another dwarf by the name of Gundren was saying something to a elderly gentleman, human gentleman that was with him. They seemed to be in discussions, getting orders, supplies, and things like that. But they were talk that the Rockseeker brothers, had found some type of magical item. Have a map to a long lost cave an old dwarven complex possibly in the Sword Mountain region somewhere, that has this item, and they're trying to get to it. And that kind of led Praetor to hire the group to take this wagon in the guise of delivering goods to the town of Phandelver. You were tracking the dwarf and his elderly gentleman as they made their way. They were about a day's ride ahead of you, and you came upon these horses that were killed in the roadway, and they look like, and they match, you believe, the horses that the group of the two were riding. After defeating 4 goblins that were hid out in the roadway area, your search, revealed that yes, these goblins were associated with this ambush group because the arrows matched the fletchings on the arrows. But there were two large objects of some sort were dragged away from the scene, along with whatever goods were being, that these individuals owned, and the horses, had on them. Their saddlebags were all, taken out and rifled through. Nothing was left of value. And they were dragged up this trail that you see kind of going up northeasterly and then on up into the woods. Only other thing that was left was a case was in the middle of the road just to the east of where the dead horse is at. It was like a map case, but it was empty. And that is where we picked up. You went and got your wagon as it was trying to, I think, leave the scene. And Damikos went over to where he had tied up the 2 horses and was retrieving the 2 horses from the trees. And y'all, your 2 horses, which are alive, by the way. But yes, that is where we ended this last session. And now pick up the action with some decisions to make. Boom.
Well, we need to go get our wagon.
So
but I've got it.
Yeah, Dewey went and
We've
ran
got
and
the
got the wagon and got the oxen and pulled the wagon up. And this is where y'all are all at the moment looking at the avenue.
Okay, so the choice is we're either going to go and investigate what was going on, but that could potentially lead to more danger. And it might not be anything valuable to us at all. Or we carry on the path.
You were about a
carry
day's
on
away.
as well.
Yep, the map shows you about a day's out ride to Phandelver with your goods. Laria or someone a little extra recon. The wagon looks like it would go up a little bit into the trail there up there, but it will not make it, nor will the horses. If you're going to follow the trail of, looks like somewhere in the range of 10 other beastmen individuals, some goblins and a couple of tracks that were a little bit bigger than goblin tracks, are with this group that dragged off these 2 large packages. You don't know what they are, but there was the 2 objects. They're all on foot, and you would have to proceed the same way. The wagons and the horses would not be able to make it through the underbrush into the it's like basically like a game trail that they're following into the forest line toward a little bit of a hill mountainside range area that you've kind of seen off to the distance to the north.
Well, we can't lose the wagon or the horses.
I say we carry on. We carry on, and we could get some stuff in the next town that could help us out, and we can always come back if we want.
Yeah, it sounds like extra work to me. We're not being paid.
We ain't paid for this shit.
You are getting paid. Praetor is going to pay you some money, at least to deliver the goods.
Let's just deliver the goods and go from there.
That's a choice.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, you've got some horses you're going to have to move out of the way. So we'll take a little heave-ho there, and you can, drag the corpses of the horses out of the way, and you mount back up, and away we go, huh? It's off to Disneyland. So back to our map then. And as you can see, unfortunately, you're going to get about halfway before it becomes nightfall. So the question will be, for the group to continue on into the night, into the town, or do you want to set up camp, hold up for the night, and then make your way into town first thing in the morning?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
That's why I presented it.
Well, a few of us have dark vision, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we can see a little further in the dark. So it might be okay to carry on.
We're not
What do
that
you guys
far
think?
away. We might as well.
Nope, you figure it'd be you could pull in about midnight.
That's nothing.
Let's do that.
Okay. Alrighty. So you will sojourn on. And where are my maps? Did I not do? I did Phandelver. I was about to say I bookmarked that. You dodo. Here we go. All right. So Phandelver at night is going to be well, a little hard to see. It gets kind of dark. So I'm going to now there's not it doesn't I don't have a real so I'm going to show you map because it's now nighttime. So what happens is you ride on and about midnight you kind of crest over a little hill and you can oh hell, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. Just give him the damn. Okay.
Should we close that last map as well?
You can close out for now. You don't you know it's shared to you, but I can always send it to you. So here's the town of Phandelver. And what you see, y'all are on the north side of town, back up here, kind of off. You're off the map, but if you see the road that's kind of going in the middle of the map, y'all are coming from that direction, okay? And you'll see a few, definitely some farmhouses. You can see lights in the windows. A lot of them are dark because now it's midnight. You don't hear, you don't see a lot of activity on the roadways. You hear coming from this general direction, somewhere down that way, you hear some rowdy, raucous, partying, yelling, screaming, maybe some fighting, definitely a few bottles breaking, things like that, coming from somewhere down that way. You will see some lights. There are a couple of lights coming out of the first big building that you see, the red building, and definitely a couple of lights coming out of the taller building right here. The rest of it is kind of far off. You can see the outcroppings of the homes and all that. And there are maybe a few lights coming in and out of the buildings, or lamps being blown out. You don't hear a lot of other noise other than the raucous partying that's going on. To your far east, those with the night vision can barely make out what looks like would have been an old manor, almost not castle-like, but close to size-wise, up on the top of a hill. It has a great view of the valley area and all that, but it looks like it has not seen life in its better days and decades. I mean, it has fallen in on itself. There's no activity, nothing coming on from up there. Definitely something, a dilapidated mansion of some sort. To your far west, you can make out some cusp of trees, and Ilaria might detect the scent of apples on the air. An apple orchard is probably coming, with the big trees that's over in this area here. When you look far off to the southeast and east of town, the mountain ranges, rise up from there, and you make out, ever so softly the gentle firelight of probably a camp or two. The area, the trade caravans come through here, those who have not, been waylaid, but plenty have. And, the miners come in and out of the mountain a lot in this area. It's known for its mining. And that is what you see. And it is fairly quiet, except for the rowdy party going on.
Okay, should we pull on into town then?
Let's go.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so
We need somewhere safe for the cargo to go. That's our main priority, really.
yeah, you begin to pull. Yeah, you
maybe
pull
in-
into an intersection, and you can kind of tell that the center of town, where that square open area is at, you're fairly certain that's the town center area.
What can we see? Can we see anything inside that little red house next to us?
When y'all pull up to it, the first building is a little barn. Looks like a livery. The first little red building, and the bigger building looks like it is a shop. Open area. You see, it's like a house, definitely on the top floor. And as you get closer, you can see wagon trails, and there's tons of provision crates out in front of it, and sacks and things like that. And then there's a sign a little bit closer to it, and you read that it says it's Barthen's Provisions House.
That's where we gotta go.
How convenient.
Well, what do you
Great.
know?
It is a
Okay.
It is a big building. You see a
No
couple of
lights on or anything.
No, you see one light on, which possibly is a bedroom. There's the light on upstairs, but down below there is nothing. Oh, it's dark.
If it's midnight, I don't think it's best to wake anyone up.
Smash the door down. Dump the stuff.
We need to give it a go because I don't know what's going on over there, but it sounds.
Yeah, so
He
I'll
said,
tell you.
sounds roundy.
Yeah, it was actually, I watched a little bit longer, and this house right here, or what building, had lights coming out of it. There was smoke coming out of the chimney. That's where you thought you heard the sounds. You could tell of any activity, there were things, happening there. The rest of it, though, is quiet and dark.
Okay, so
Let's
we'll
knock.
tie up. Yeah, go on then. Let's.
Well, you
Yeah,
walk
let's
up
knock.
to the door. Yeah, it's locked. Yep.
Knock the door and see if anyone answers.
You pound on the door. Who's doing it? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
it.
Okay. So you pound on the door, one time, nothing happens. You pound on it again, and then you'll see a light ignite up above, and you hear a couple of doors, open, close, and thump, 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 something's coming down the stairs inside, and a light comes on, and through the windows, you can see what looks to be a human male, kind of lean, balding individual, not unlike myself. Good looking man. He comes in and he's in a robe, and he shuffles to the door, and he's, awful late to be knocking at my door. What brings you to the door, my Barthen's Provisions House? My name is Elmar. If you're looking for a place to stay, you can head on down to the Stonehill Inn.
We
And I
come
don't-
with a delivery.
God help me with my accent, so do not make fun of me. Before, okay?
It's a contact-free delivery.
Duty free.
Gotta stay 2 meters away, mate.
Yeah, so he's kind of looking at you. Different bunch here than we normally see. And he kind of looks, as long as I don't see any red on you. And he doesn't, except for the purple. Hey, you don't mind your skin, but what? Yes. Elmar
Sorry
Barthen
to
here.
bother you at this time. Yeah, sorry to bother you at this time of night, but we're a bit worried about the cargo. Just want to get it into a safe place and probably hit.
What have you got there? And he sees a wagon. You're bringing cargo to, where's your destination?
Is it not?
It's him.
We were sent
Yep.
by Praetor himself
Nope.
from the.
You were sent by the haberdashery.
Haberdashery.
Praetor told you not to tell them who y'all were. Y'all are not supposed to
Oh,
reveal your
shit.
true identities. Yeah. Way to go, Bell.
But he is an idiot. That is his character.
It happened. It happened Friday night with one of the other ones. She just blurted it right out.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Someone else want to take over the discussions there? Doug just kind of slaps. You get someone slaps him upside the head, and he kind of walks to the back of the wagon.
So, I meant to say Percy.
Yes, you have an order of goods from the haberdashery consortium. And when you say that, we'll take it from here, Doug. Yes, his eyes kind of, oh, that would be wonderful. We have not had a good shipment in several weeks now. We're losing more and more shipments. Even the Lion Shield, Coster, south, and he kind of points to a bigger building that's across the a big building that's across the open courtyard area, and he goes, you'll probably want to visit with Lenine and see if I don't know if you have any weapons there, but hopefully she'll get some stuff in too. She's running low herself. But yes, one moment, and he kind of turns inside and he yells out, "Ender, this'll get your lazy bums up. We've got some deliveries." And you hear some boys, "Oh, Dad," yell and scream, "No, I don't want to. I'm sleepy." And he said, "Get your ass, get your butts up. These people are waiting. We've got provisions." And they two boys kind of, come stumbling out, rubbing their eyes. And he goes, "Get their horses, get their oxen, get them into the livery, and let's get the wagon set. Look at any perishables, but we'll, let me get, we'll get my inventory list of what was to be brought in. And if you will give me start some of it this morning, but if you don't mind, I'll lock it all up in the livery, and we will go through it in the morning. Then I will meet you at the Stonehill breakfast time, and I will settle up with you based on everything that's in what you have in your bill of goods and what I have, and we'll go from there if that's all right with the four of you."
Sounds fine. Show me where to. We run in some trouble on the way here ourselves, so we're desperate.
No, what was that?
We think goblins, but can't be too sure. But there must be some pretty rich goblins if they've been taking all the provisions.
Don't know what's been taking them. No one's been able to figure it out. And God help us, our town master Harbin will do anything about it. The guy's worth a pound of rocks.
Yeah, we noticed there was a horse and cart on our way here.
No,
that
horses.
Was all
just two horses.
Two
horses that the group was riding that you were following. That's all. So he goes, "Oh, that's sad to hear. Unfortunately, you didn't find the riders, huh?"
No, we didn't.
Oh, that's sadness. Okay, well, he says, yes, make your way down to the big building here. Just follow this trail into the town center, and the first big building, he points to this one with a circle on it right here. And he says, that's the Stonehill Inn. And you can chat with Toblin Stonehill. Him and his wife Trilena own it. They probably got some rooms because we haven't had many visitors come in since the Red Brands took over, but there's plenty of room. There's good food there. Make yourself, and I will see you in the morn, and we will settle up, good sirs and ma'ams.
What was that name?
My name, his name is Elmar Barthen, and you will speak with Toblin Stonehill and his wife Trilena.
Okie dokie.
Let's go.
Okay. So, yep. You make your way. You see him, the boys, Dad pops him a couple times upside the head, and they wheel the horses in, and they begin to see him rubbing them down, taking off their saddles, and wheels the oxen in. You can see that they definitely know what they're doing, and they wheel the wagon on into the barn and all that, and flurry of activity going on there. You make your way down to the Stonehill, yes, and you'll see large newly built roadhouse, rough-hewn timber stonehouse. You can look in the common room, and you see probably what's winding down. There's probably a couple of minor looking chaps, sitting there, drinking a mug. There is an individual behind it, another male, short hair, a little bit younger, rubbing things down. Got him a smock on, and he kind of they chat with each other. You see a couple of kids run through the area. Not a lot of people there because it is late at night, but it looks like they're winding down, closing up.
I'm gonna go.
Can I go up and ask to see if we can? Yeah, last.
You can walk in. Yeah, you guys are still outside, and it does say the Stonehill Inn.
I'm going.
Me and Del rush.
I cautiously follow.
Y'all walk in, and there was some little talk, and they all stop and all turn. Like I said, 2 or 3 miners sitting at a table. Looks like they've probably just come in from work, or sometimes a couple of drinks in them. They've still got dirt and mud on them. The man stops. He's rubbing down the bar as always, and he looks and he's kind of staring at you, and he waits a little bit, and y'all kind of stare at him, and then you see him kind of let out a little sigh. He says, late be the hour you walk into my establishment, but all is welcome. We're just getting ready to close down. If you're looking for room and board, I do have a few rooms left open for fine travelers as yourself. My name is Toblin Stonehill, innkeeper and owner here. Who might you be?
I'm Delgan. I need a drink.
Pull yourself on up here, good dwarf sir. May not have the best
Thank you.
stock because we are a little low on supplies and ales. Good, supplies have been shortcoming of late. These last, few weeks, as our supply wagons and other things have been hijacked and waylaid on the Tribor Trail. But what I have is yours, good sir. And he, reaches down, gets a frothy mug, frothy pint for you, Delg, of your favorite adult beverage. Slaps it down.
I down it in one go and let out an enormous burp.
You get chuckles from everybody, and you can kind of see everybody. Their shoulders were tense and all that, and they all begin to kind of relax a little bit, and then they're laughing, and he wipes the bar down. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've heard a mature belch like that, not one with curses in it. And what about the rest of your party?
Yeah, I think I'll follow that with another.
I'd like a room, please.
A room? No
Yes,
drinking for you.
Is an inn.
It is an inn.
Laria,
yes.
drink with us.
You can stay down for one.
Okay, I shall
Drinks
join
I
you
have.
for one.
And he yells out,
But
Trilina!
ultimately,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
ultimately, we are actually here to board the 4.
Oh well, we have some
All
some
in one,
wonderful
all in one.
rooms. I have rooms. No, I have rooms for each of you if you want, or you may don't have rooms for all 4 of you, possibly 2, but I do have rooms, good sized rooms. And he says, Trilina, please, dear, come here. We have guests for the evening. And another human woman comes, waddling out. She's a little, she comes from the kitchen there, so it looks like she likes to partake of. She likes to taste everything. And a couple of kids, behind her, looking out from the curtains in the kitchen, and you can see that the winding down, but there's still the smells of food waft in the air. And she wipes herself off, and she picks her hair up, fixes a little bit, and she comes out, and she goes, I will be more than glad to show you what we have. Fine folks, please follow me. She
I'm
will
going to take one more beer and carry it to my room with me.
Okay, so he will need a silver piece from each of you for the room for the night. So just mark it that you need silver. Y'all have got a few gold. So when you want to know you're cashing in, it's 10 copper for silver, 10 silver for gold, 10 gold for platinum. But you all have it right now for silver piece. Don't sweat it for the moment. And gets around to drinks. And he asked, I didn't catch your name, but what brings you to our quaint little town of Phandelver this late evening? Dangerous to travel on the road, even dangerous sometimes to even travel here in town.
We're bringing supplies that were given to us by someone from the haberdashery, and nobody else has told us to come here. No one at all. I swears it.
Shut up, Dell.
I'm
Well,
burping
if
down
you've
across
bought
his face.
supplies, wonderful. We are in need of them. Too much has been stolen on the trail or taken from our own shops and from our own mouths by the red brands. But that is a story for another time. And please make your way on up to your rooms, wash the road off of you, sleep well. We will have a simple breakfast at the morning's light, ready for all our guests. Sleep well, my friends. And you see that they're kind of relaxed around you, and they wiping down, nothing. Definitely was very tense when you first walked in, but not anymore.
I go and have a bubble bath.
Bubble. Okay. With your with your llama, or was it your alpaca? Was that it?
Alpaca, yeah.
Okay. She's got a brain of
I'm
alpaca,
going to-
folks.
I'm going to just ask before I go to bed about that burnt down, run down manor at the top of the hill.
You're going to ask Toblin that? Toblin? Oh, he says that's the Tressendar Manor. That was an ancient manor. It's been long abandoned from the Tressendar family. Nothing goes on up there anymore. It has been long lost and it's just fallen down upon itself. And unfortunately, the town has the money nor the manpower to do anything about it. Maybe someday it'll be repurposed, but not anytime soon. No one almost never dares go down the east road toward the manor anymore. Unfortunately, those who live down there have to live for fight for their lives. And he's basically kind of wailing on that. And Trilena comes down and goes, "Hush, Toblin, hush. They don't need to be worried about anything right now. We will if they brought supplies, that's good. We'll feed them. And if they knows what's best for them, they'll leave in the morning before anything else happens. Please." Yes, dear, you're all right. Sorry, folks. Don't mean to give our troubles on yourselves. Sleep well. And like I said, we'll have breakfast in the morn when the rooster crows.
Thank you and good night.
Good night to you, sir. Okay, and y'all wander up till you've got 4 nice little rooms. Yep. No bed bugs. Get a hot bath, hot draw water. The common bathroom. Boom.
Sorry, how do I get?
What's that now, Dewey?
How do I get? You were talking about money and spending a silver.
Uh-huh.
How would I go about doing?
So what you can do is when you go to your inventory tab, you will scroll down to where it says treasure. And y'all all should have a little bit of money there. And some have more than others. Let me look real quick. So you'll see that it says 10 or 15 GP, something like that. That's basically how much gold. So what you do if you're gonna cash it in, you basically could take, for one gold piece is equal to 10 silver. And so you would subtract 1 from your gold, convert it to actually use the inside column. So I'm actually going to turn the outside one off right now. That's basically carrying and not carrying, but use the boxes close to the lines where it says GP. And you basically subtract 1 from that and then convert. You would have 10 silver pieces. So then you would have 9. Then if you give him each of you give a silver piece, just like that. Track it however you want. I'll fix it for y'all. So that's how you do it. Now,
Don't mind.
yeah. So as you collect money, as y'all get more and you discover stuff, you will be able to from time to time when you revisit a town or go somewhere, you can color in basically what's a gambling turn. You can color up. Basically, you can cash. Say you've got 120 silver pieces. Well, you can turn that 120 silver pieces into 12 gold pieces, and so you don't have to carry, hundreds and hundreds of coins. But if y'all are lucky enough to get there, then we'll cover it then.
I can't change the inside row of my gold pieces or anything, so I
Then
just
just
got
do
it.
the outside.
It's
That's
written
fine
on
right
the
now.
outside.
Just do the
I can
outside.
keep-
I'll fix it. Yeah, that's a tracking system. It was an extension for Fantasy Grounds I wanted to try out, but I've got a better way that I like doing it instead. So y'all we're going to put an inventory item in your actual inventory that shows how much coins you're carrying, because they're going to have weight to them sooner or later. Don't sweat it right now. Any other questions before you nod off? Now, so you'll get a long rest, and say I come over here and I grant y'all a long rest, and you all get healed. Yay!
Lovely stuff. Damokos really needed that.
I
You are-
punched Del in the face.
You punched the Iron Head in his iron head.
Yeah, I did. You're my
Well,
bitch, remember?
Well, I think you're still his bitch, right? So.
Well, the deal was until midnight, so
I'll make it happen again, don't you
That's
worry.
All right. Well, you sleep through the night fairly soundly. The raucous sounds that you heard, coming into town, they finally die down, late into the evening, early morning, and then the rooster crows, and you were definitely fighting to get up because, it's been a few days since you had a good sleep and a nice bed, and you had one here, and you wake up to the smell of coffee, probably even ale, and some mutton, fresh bread being baked.
Oh yeah, let's go down for breakfast. Say hello.
You do. You go down. Not only a couple people there. A couple farm hands. Definitely the miners. You saw they come through, grab some coffee. They head south into town. They say something about visiting the miners' exchange to do some transactions before they head back up into the mountains. And Toblin and Trilene are there, kind of fixing a few things up, getting the place open for the morning. You see, like I said, a young boy flirting around, and you catch that it's you hear the name Pip. Basically, you think it's their youngest son. He's running around causing problems, knocking things over. Trilena, swats him, tells him to get into the kitchen and get cutting on some turnips. And he motions y'all down to the table, throwing him some hot bread,
Let's
drink
eat
in
some.
front of
I
you.
go and sit and eat.
Okay. Yep. A few other people walk in, stop when they first see y'all, and then they look to Toblin, and he shakes his head, and you kind of see him relax a little bit, and they go to sit down, and the last of the miners kind of walk out, and he yells, Toblin, we'll see you in a 10 days time. Hopefully, as we move up, we're headed up, farther north into the mountains. Hopefully, the orcs and the orc raiders that are terrorizing the Tribor Trail, we'll thwart them. We won't see them, but we'll see you in another 10 days. And he shakes his head. And this time, you're gonna pay for your drinks, you fools. And they kind of walk off laughing, shrugging them off. And he shakes his head. Damn miners.
Where did they say they were going to?
Where the orcs come from? We saw goblins.
Yeah, they said they were headed up farther east up the Tribor Trail. That's what you heard them say.
Okay. Our current objective is we've delivered our goods, so we're just kind of.
You were supposed
Is
to
that
you were supposed to be tracking Gundren, Rockseeker. Y'all were a day away from him. Y'all were following him in. And
Right,
yes,
and do
they
we
were
have
supposed
any
to-
kind of
Do we know
descriptive
what
words
looks-
on how to?
Yeah.
He was a dwarf. He was with an elder gentleman, and you haven't Yeah, so like I said, you don't know who they are. You never saw them. The only thing you have is that the horses that you saw dead in the road match the horses they were riding. The descriptions.
I'm gonna go up to the bar and ask him. I'm looking for a friend of mine, another dwarf. Have you seen them come through here?
I see plenty of dwarves, good sir. We have dwarves coming out of the mountains many a night, many a times. What was his name, sir?
Can't remember if this is something that we're allowed to say or not. He was with
What?
a gentleman.
He's trying to determine whether he's supposed to say the name or not. I don't know.
Anyone remember that?
Nope. Look, thank you so much for the hospitality here, but I think we're gonna head off.
That's.
And then I like round up Delg and the guys and like say, look, we need to get out of here. I've just remembered.
You cut off at the end there, Dewey. What you remembered? What?
Oh, I was just saying that I'm just rounding up the guys, saying I've just remembered something.
Okay. Well, he nods to you and he says, "May the road be safe for you." Yes, like the miner was alluding to, we've as you maybe here we've had a few caravans and wagons, shipments that have been waylaid on the Tribord Trail coming out of the eastern Desert Valley area. Goblins is one thing, but there have been orc raiders on the far eastern parts of the Tribord Trail. The old Harbin town master, though he's a fool, he's thinking he's going to find somebody sooner or later that will, go up there and for some money run them off. But unfortunately, we don't have the manpower here, and we're having our own issues with the Red Brands, the rowdy bunch. You may have heard them partying late into the night down at the Sleeping Giant Inn, but they have terrorized us enough, and we don't know. We were hoping a man named of Sildar was coming in from the Lord's Alliance to help work out and figure out a way to deal with them here, but we haven't seen him or his friend Gundren, who him and his brothers have been in and out of the mountains for some time. But they were supposed to be arriving here a few days ago, but hopefully they'll get here soon enough with word of how they're going to help the town. But you're
thank you
being
very
smart
much.
to get out. Yeah, smart to get out of here. You don't want to deal with the Red Brands. Trust me, they're a rowdy
But we
bunch.
did agree to go meet the guy for breakfast. Well, after breakfast,
Say that again.
we need some money.
Yeah. So as y'all are chatting all that, and you'll look down the road, and you'll actually see Toblin, not Toblin, but Elmar. He is making his way toward the Stonehill with some stuff in his hands. He's headed directly toward y'all.
But let's go
Cool.
out the inn, so we're not doing a deal at the table.
Let's all head outside.
Okay, head outside, and he
Sounds good.
yeah, he waves as he sees y'all coming out. And I was just headed the way to see you. We have we want to thank you again for bringing these provisions. We have been way behind because of everything's going on, and with the delivery and the settling up, it's 10 gold. He says, I've got enough for this 4 of you. It was about 40 gold amount of goods here, and he's got and he's got a little pouch and looks like it's got money in it, and he says, this is what we owe for your delivery to the haberdashery, and he hands you a pouch full of 40 gold pieces. So what we do is we go to the inventory tab, and I put 40 gold in there right now for the party sheet. And he goes, it was wonderful that you were able to do that. Are you staying
No problem.
here? Are you staying long in our town, or are you hitting back off the road to find great
We're
adventure?
heading back.
Well, we just remember that the horses match the descriptions of the horses that they were riding.
What
Yeah, we're
horse?
not going to tell them that, though, are we?
No, we're not telling them that, but we're all secretly trying to get away to go back to it.
Okay.
Well, we need our horses back, don't we?
Yep, you have
Oh
two
wait, no, we
horses.
can't take them with us. Yeah.
You can't take them far up there, but you need them to ride, or your trip will take about 2 days to get back up on foot.
We'll talk to. So it's just to clarify, the name that we can't say is Praetor, not Gundren Rockseeker. That's the guy that we're looking
Praetor,
for.
no, he doesn't know. But Praetor owns a haberdashery, and so but he does. Y'all don't. He didn't want y'all to tell him that he's the one that hired y'all to go do this. But they've heard the Praetor. They know who Praetor. They've heard of the name because it's Praetor Haberdashery, is where he buys all this stuff from.
Okay.
He was telling you to follow and find out more about Gundren and the Rockseeker brothers, and you just heard Toblin talk about that they were expecting Gundren and another individual by the name of Sildar within the last couple of days. They were due back.
I follow. Yeah. Okay, so if we talk to this guy who's just given us some money, so do you happen to know the Rockseeker?
I know them well. We're waiting for Gundren to come in. He was headed off to Neverwinter and Waterdeep to reconnect with some of the suppliers and the provision houses where we've been, lost stuff. And he actually was taking care of some business and was meeting with a gentleman by the name of Sildar that we were hiring to come in here and help out with some of the. And he kind of looks around. And he goes, "Yeah, some of the issues we have with a local gang of thugs that have moved into the town are trying to take it over. And unfortunately, we don't, we have no local authority here, and our town master is just a pompous old fat fool who won't do anything about it. And we need help, but there's very little we can pay with." But Gundren said he had the man. He'd met with a man of the Lord's Alliance who was going to be coming back with him to help out with this, and neither one of them have shown. And I haven't seen Gundren's brothers within a week's time. They were here shortly after Gundren took off to head out of town. They were grabbing some supplies, and the last thing I heard them say is they were headed back up into the Sword Mountains. Have no idea where, unfortunately, but that the Gundren knew where to find him. Apparently, he had a map, and he marked some. They made some notations on a map, and he said he would meet his brothers at a certain spot when he got back here in town. We haven't seen him.
That's worrying.
It is worrying, especially with all the banditry going on the trail lately. Hopefully, Gundren can get back and meet with his brothers. He has brothers Nundro and Tharden are his brothers.
So they're pretty important to you then to get this town back together and restore it to its
we were
prior
just
good
Phandalin has
image.
seen hard times over the last definitely last century, and it was only the last couple of decades that the miners have started to return into the mountains. The Desern Valley, which he kind of points off toward the east, is a huge, several big towns are up through there that y'all know of or heard of, and it's a great trade route. Lots of livestock trading, there's mining, there's lots of things happening over there. But the rumor, been some discussions that some storms, unnatural storms and such, have kind of decimated the area and have kind of cropped up. And so trade was light coming out of there. But what was coming out was now getting ambushed on the Tribor Trail, and the town wasn't seeing, was basically what was once being prosperous is now taking a turn for the worse. And then the Red Brands, he says, showed up and have kind of started to take over the town. So lots of bad things are happening.
So were you saying the last time you saw Gundren, he was heading towards the Sword Mountains?
No, his brothers headed up to the Sword Mountains. He was headed to Neverwinter and Waterdeep.
With Sylvan.
No, he was going to meet Sildar. He was meeting an individual in Waterdeep to help out and talk about getting some justice, getting some help here, authority-wise, the law, because they have really no law here in town. They got no sheriff, folks.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for him on the road. And we'll grab our horses and we'll be on our.
Fair enough. He does. Once again, he thanks you for the supplies that you have brought. They were much needed. Well, they may not last long, but they are better than nothing. And y'all will get your horses that are. He looks at y'all. Do you need your? What about your ox and wagon?
Yeah, we could definitely do with that, please.
He'll get them all saddled up, get them harnessed up for you. Got a big empty wagon now.
So
Okay.
do we go north back to where we found those horses? What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
They're itching for a fight, folks.
We just had a long rest.
True.
We're healthy.
True. All right. Where is my maps? Yeah. So back here. Now we've got the horses are nothing more than gnawed on carcasses. There's not a map case anymore. Basically coming back up the road this way. And you've got horse Damocos, Alari. I don't know how y'all, if it was kind of like. Yeah, okay. Kind of come back to the place where you got ambushed. Now what?
Now we got to follow the drag marks.
Yeah, tie off the horses.
Well, so yeah, so you can go
get away again.
Yeah, you could go. The question is where you can go. Bump up into the forest line as you see. It gets to be really thick. Once you start headed into the tree line up there where the circle's at.
Yeah, we'll tie the horses up there so they're not on the trail, so people can't find them.
And you got a wagon with 2 ox too, that won't
They
fit
can
anywhere.
go there. What will it not follow it up? That little bit there.
You could go into the horse. You put the trees and the ox and into the forest somewhere, but not very far, unfortunately, because it gets pretty thick. But
let's hide them in there. They'll be safer in the forest.
Y'all can move on the map if you want to. Here, let me actually unlock tokens. So y'all could drag your, just grab your token and move it. Yeah. You're gonna put the wagon somewhere up here.
I'm gonna sing the Doom song now.
Oh my God!
Doom,
really? Did Jeff just cash that in?
Doom, 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 doom.
Let go.
Doom, da, doom, doom, da, doom, da, doom, doom, da, doom.
Thanks, Loco.
Doom, 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 da, doom, doom, da, doom, doom. Doomy, 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 doom, doom, doom. The end.
Oh my gosh. The leader of the haberdashery there, folks. That's Zeke Skillsinger for your Sunday morning entertainment. Okay. All 4 of them are going, what the hell was that? All right. You tie up the horses. You tie up the wagon. Never gets old, Loco, I know. Wait till we have the other 3 do their songs and their one-liners for cards.
Dwee's been left behind.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of just trouble just trying to navigate around through this.
Like I said, you can keep your character sheet closed. You don't have to have it open all the time. When you need it, you just double click on your portrait up there and it will open up the character sheet when you need it. And the combat tracker you don't need right now. Maybe like just the map. But Dweez, move his short little legs.
It's the remote desktop thing more than anything.
What's it doing?
I'm just trying to find. I've been trying to find the right size to do this in since session 1.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what happened. Yeah, y'all tie everything up, and you begin to move into the trail, and it's not too hard to follow. It's only been a day or two now, because actually late in night time, then you had one sleep, so 2 days. They weren't really trying to hide their tracks. And what happens is you move along and have the map. Yay! And y'all are on the map. Very bottom. Let me get it situated for y'all. You're on a trail. Boom. Huffing it. On foot. Bell, yeah. Welcome to the Rejects. What we have is 4 British individuals. I would assume on the way over on the other side of the Atlantic. They are playing here on the channel. We run this as our Sunday, 2:00. Lost Mines of Phandelver beginner group. We also have a Friday night group that plays at 7:30 of Americans and Canucks or Canadians. Basically, we're just having a little fun, seeing how the two different groups play, though it's all about the same. It's still beginner D&D. But yeah, I run this module a couple of times on the channel each year, and just happen to have a lovely way to call the North American tour and the British invasion. Being silly, because that's what we do here. Or at least I do. Y'all are on the bottom. And what I kind of need to know is, as you're moving up through the trail, who's leading the way? Who's leading this merry band?
I kicked Delg's butt to make him move forward.
So
Can we make perception tests? Checks,
wait
even?
a second here. Yeah, y'all are, So basically you're moving along the trail. I just kind of need to know who's up front, who's in the middle, who's in the back, Uh-oh.
I think Doug should go in front.
No. Or you can
I'd probably be in
along.
the back just so I can, if needs be, I can just always just run and hide.
Run and hide. Okay. Yeah, so y'all are moving along, and you hear, but this time you definitely hear birds. You see wildlife moving about. A few deer run through the cusp of trees and shrubs and all that in front of you. It's not, like I said, it's not too hard. So please watch. This is the Lost Mines of Phandelver. Phandelver. It's the beginner module that came with the beginner set. How long's D&D? 5 years ago when 5e got released. It's a great module to run for beginners. Love it. You will do well with it. It's easy for the DM to learn, for the players to learn. No matter what system whether you run it at a tabletop, directly on the table, or run it through a VTT like this, Fantasy Grounds or Roll20, something like that. Good one. So y'all move about and you begin to head up the trail. And like I said, they were not hiding their tracks. So the drag marks, the footprints, the damage to the tree lines and bushes and all that, you can see that they were moving at a fairly good clip. And you can begin to. Who's leading? Del, you're leading the way.
Let's go, boys.
Okay. I need a perception check from you there, Delgy.
D20.
Perception check. Remember how to do perception check?
Yeah. Hold on. It's here somewhere.
Sometimes you got to drag them to the water. They'll drink. Oh, look at that. Just slapping the DM around.
I clicked the wrong one there.
Performance. Oh, you did. We said perception, Delg, not performance. Yeah. Are you skipping as you go down the trail? No.
I just do a little dance in the middle of the road
that's
before
right.
Taking a look around.
He got drunk last night.
And it's so sick.
Yeah.
And you saw a butterfly.
I'm not sure. Why isn't
What are you doing?
There we go.
Okay.
And I got a yeah.
Yeah. So y'all are watching him hop, skip, and jump, and he skips and he goes right there, and all of a sudden you hear this switch, and his eyes turn and he looks like, oh shit! Would you make me a dexterity saving throw now, Delg? That's a dexterity save. That's on the front page of your character sheet. That's the right-hand side where it says saves. Oh, Delg. Well, 1 minute y'all see him standing there. The next minute you see this whoosh. You see his leg get pulled out from underneath him, and he gets ripped up off the ground, and he gets pulled straight up, slams into a tree upside down, and he is 10 feet off the ground, hanging by one leg, and takes he hits the tree for 2 points of bludgeoning damage. So let me give that to you there, Dog, as you slammed into it. And yes, you are 10 feet off the ground, upside down, hanging. That's what the rest of y'all see. What do y'all want to do?
Perception.
You perceived he got caught in a snare trap and set it off with his dancing, his frolicking, that you didn't know dwarves did. They weren't frolickers apparently, but this one was.
I also have I have a lute, so we'll just say that I was playing that at the same time.
Well, that lute's on the ground now because you got whoosh, and
No, my lute.
Your lute is on the ground, and he's upside down.
I'm gonna run in a little bit to get a closer look at what's going on.
Yep. You can see where the trap line was across the ground. It was a snare line. Had it been laid out, and he stepped right on it, and now it's counterweights pulled up in the tree, and he's hanging upside down.
Okay, let's cut him down. It was just a trap.
Mm-hmm. You notice the trail, the drag marks and trails go right through the snare where the trap was set.
Someone catch me when I fall, please. Dwee? Small
No.
man?
Someone's good. Well, what are you gonna do, Dwee?
I'm gonna crush him.
I'm gonna do my I'm gonna do my best to catch him, I guess. I think Damokos, you got horns, man. You should probably be catching him.
No one cut me down until Damokos moves about 10 feet away.
I am the tallest. I should catch.
Yeah, I'll be flattened, man.
You're
a
six
Go
feet
Go
ahead,
away, Dwee.
Someone's got to go cut him down. He's to get to him, you got to get about 15 feet up in the air because he's up in the tree.
Yeah,
I climb the tree and cut him down.
I try and catch him.
Okay, well,
I just watch.
Elaria, you climb the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elaria climbs up, cuts the snare. I need a strength save from Damokos. As Delg all of a sudden begins to drop straight down. Well done.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Wait.
All right.
You're my bitch again now.
I never agreed to that. I never wanted you to catch me, so.
Oh,
Nah.
I dropped down to the.
I'm just rolling my eyes.
This group will never make it. Do you really drop him?
I'm not the one causing problems here.
If he agrees to be my bitch again for the rest of the game, I won't drop.
I'd rather you drop me.
I drop now.
Oh,
Teamwork, guys. Teamwork.
You take another point of damage as your face plant in the ground as Damokos goes, psych! And you slam into the ground. Apparently going to be another cold night at the household there. All right, so Delg face plants, eats some dirt, comes up with some moss in his mouth. leg. You see a simple tripwire cord, a simple snare that most people would normally see, but unfortunately he did not. Set there intentionally.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead because I think I can
follow.
perceive things a bit better than that.
Okay, well, Alaria begins to move up, and y'all travel some farther along. And Alaria, y'all, you don't see anything here. Y'all can continue moving up the trail. Move whatever distance you want.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. Don't detect anything. You're getting about there, Laurie. You then notice you're watching things. You see about 50 feet farther ahead, there's something wrong with the road. You see that there's an abnormal amount of leaves and stuff in the middle of the road, where the rest of the way is fairly clear. Things have walked through, but they definitely, though, as the trail, kind of stops, normal animal movement and all that seems to stop fairly close to that, area in the middle of the road.
That's a trap.
Am I able to use my my bow and arrow or crossbow or whatever I've got and shoot at it and see if anything?
Sure.
So Delg decides to go and hit trees, and Damokos shoots piles of leaves with bow and arrows.
We need to make perception checks, surely.
If it's a trap, it will make sense.
Can I do a perception check first?
Yeah.
Well, the question is, does Alaria say anything?
Oi, stop it. Perception check.
So Laurie, you see this, but so when I reveal something like to you, if I don't address the whole group, the rest of the group can't just assume that y'all saw it. You basically have to let the group know ahead that something's going on. That's what's happening when I say something like that. So unless Alaria says something,
there's something in the road ahead.
There you go. Okay. So she alerts the group that there's something up ahead. She points to that area in the road.
I'm going to get a closer look.
Looks like a trap. Maybe we should find a rock or something heavy enough to maybe trigger it. It could be a pit.
Yeah, Laurie, you move up more and you can see that animal tracks go around it. They don't go over.
Animals go around it, so it must be a trap.
But your drag marks, and the footprints, they go through it. They also kind of disappear before they get up to it, and then you see them continue on right after the area.
They might jump over it.
Not very subtle.
Demokos, shoot it.
I'll shoot it.
Shoot it with an arrow. You thump. There's a few logs, some simple logs and branches over it, and your arrow kind of sinks into the ground a little bit.
I think it's a ditch.
I'm going right up.
Around for any kind
going
of
up to
boulders
it?
or anything.
Do what now? Say that again, Delg.
Can I take a look around for any kind of heavy object we might be able
You can find
to
some
chuck
bigger
onto it?
rocks that you take a little bit of time, to grab. And or you move up, and you can definitely see that as the leaves have kind of some thin, branches and all have been kind of laid out, and the leaves have been piled up on top of it. It's definitely covering something.
Can I go and find like a log and chuck it in it?
That's what Delg was. He was finding a big rock. Yeah,
log.
y'all can find a big log of rock, and y'all can get over to it, and you heave it, or do you heave Damokos, Delg, by accident?
What? Throw Damokos in?
I just figure you get close to the line, and all of a sudden you kind of move around and you kick him. Oh, sorry, and you knock the Damokos into the pit. I was trying to give you an option, but you didn't go with it. Don't worry about it.
I take a few steps back.
I don't want to be that guy.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw a boulder into it.
Yeah, y'all throw a big boulder, big rock, big log in there, and all of a sudden it goes up, and then all of a sudden it lands right down, and it kind of bounces for a second, and all of a sudden whoosh, and just collapses the whole pit, and you basically looking down, you see a 10-foot pit with some spikes in the bottom of it, and recently dug out.
Close.
Nothing in it, but it's definitely set.
Where's Damocles' arrow?
It fell down into the pit.
Yeah.
No bodies in that pit. It's
Nothing
fresh
yet.
one.
It's fairly fresh. Been a week.
Okay. Let's can I do like perception checks and like around in the tree line?
Is there any animals around?
Yeah. You see squirrels and birds flirting around, and
Can I talk to them?
Can you?
I can. I think I can.
You tell me how.
Okay.
How do you talk with animals?
I'm looking for it now.
Go to your actions tab. You have to speak with animals. The ritual. Okay.
I found it, but I don't really know what to press to do it.
Well, you don't do anything. It's basically if there's not a magnifying glass next to it, then you just hit the shield to bring up the description, and it basically kind of tells you what it is. And it is a ritual that you can kind of sit down, and with 10 minutes you kind of do a little meditation, and you kind of reach out with your mind, and you can then proceed to chat with beast and little creatures in the area.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I say to the guys, give me 10 minutes.
Okay. Easily done. You watch Ilaria.
And I go over here and sit down ready to meditate.
I hear you, Veld. Yeah, I add them all the time.
Are you going to get it back?
Usually they find the trap. It's rare that someone ever falls into it. They always find the first one. Don't define the first one, discuss the second one. All right, so Ilaria is sitting there. She sits down. You see her sitting there, she hums to herself, and then her eyes roll in the back of her head, and you think she's reaching out, performing some voodoo magic. What do you do, Ilaria? What are you asking? What do who you're trying to reach out to? Tell me.
I'm trying to reach out to find out who set the trap, what they looked like.
Yeah, but what do you want to chat with? You got to give me some more description.
Squirrels or birds, some forest animals, the animals that walked around the trap.
Yeah, well, you got some squirrels and some rabbits maybe in the area. You don't feel any deer, any other larger beast in the area at the moment. But you get some high-pitched squeals and some, basically the smaller beast animals, give you pictures. They don't really, speak well. So you have the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with them. So you can, you reach out and a couple of squirrels will come dangling, come bouncing on some trees above your head, and y'all are watching this, and they give you...
I want to know how many people or how many...
They give you pictures in there, and they send to you that look goblinish, like the goblins that you killed. There were multiple of them, and then they send you a picture. There was a couple of more that were bigger than the goblins, much hairier, meaner looking, carried some big old ugly club spikes. You kind of, the pictures you're perceiving from them. Kicked a couple of the goblins, as they were dragging. Looks like two big bags, and they thought that there were two individuals in the bags. They could see what they thought, or the bags were wrapped around, except for sticking out of the bag were two hands that were kind of manacled and roped off, and the goblins were dragging these individuals by their roped up hands.
These could be our guys.
And they were dragging them north. And they tell you that they're up north, not much farther, over another rise. There's a little bitty cliff mountain, not a mountainous area, but a kind of a little gully cliff area, and you follow it and you can hear the stream. There's a cave, and the creatures come in and out of this cave. About another hour's walk north. The creatures never go over there, because one of them tells you get a feeling that he lost his sister, got shot by an arrow, and they ate his sister. Right in front of them. Meanies.
Duck.
And they smell really bad.
Okay, so I turn to the guys. I come out of my meditation and I turn to the guys and tell them what I just heard from the animal. And I say that they could have our guys in a cave about, what did you say, an hour's walk?
Hour's north walk, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I tell them all of that and await their reaction.
Let's go get.
Did they say how many?
He gives you multiple counts. There were definitely more than a handful. They don't count, but she perceived the images of at least a handful or more of the goblins and a couple, 2 to 3 of the bigger creatures.
I describe the bigger creatures to them.
Maybe a nature check or perception.
How do I do this?
So remember, you go to. I want you to do a nature check. So you're going to go to your skills tab, and you're going to roll nature with an advantage. The advantage is down to the left-hand side, and you click that to make sure it's highlighted.
I can't find it.
Okay, so you're gonna go open up your character sheet, go to the skills tab.
I found nature, but I can't find where to put on the advantage.
To the left of your dice, the little bitty buttons down there to the left, one of them says ADV. Click once on that highlights it, and then roll your skills check, and it will roll it with advantage. Roll your nature check. That makes sense?
She had a map in the way.
Yeah, that'll happen. Like I said, so remember, when you're facing this with Fantasy Grounds, because real estate gets a little bitty, gets to be upset. If you have to close the map down, don't sweat it, because I was explaining to y'all, if you close your map down, okay, so there's your check. I'll tell you here in a second. So so let me show y'all real quick. So y'all are looking at it, close your map. Just click on the X so it disappears. Okay, and all of a sudden you go, hey, where's my map? Well, open up your character sheet. Just click on the right-hand portrait. Double click on it once, and watch what happens. Kaboom! Your map shows back up, and it shows you where you are from the last map that you're on. So if you can't always remember that, then boom, there's your tool tip for the day. Because real estate gets a little important, especially y'all laptops, and then the two of y'all that are connected to my remote session. It gets a little crowded, and I do know that. I apologize. Okay, you, Ilaria, the pictures coming from them, you think they are bugbears. Bugbears are nasty creatures. They are humanoid. They're basically of the goblin family, but they are cruel. They like to beat things up. They have lots of hair, large wedge shaped ears, noses and maws with sharp fangs. Kind of a mix of a bear, an ugly bear, and a goblin.
So are they like intelligent? Like
No, they're more bullies. Goblins and bugbear, I mean, they're smart. They're smart enough to know they can fend for themselves, but are they overly intelligent? No, they are not.
okay.
But you see, they're picturing 2 or 3 of them, along with definitely a handful of more goblins. Have the 2 in bags.
So we've got to fight against us to get these guys back.
Right. Yeah, Veld. So I have the ultimate license, and so with the ultimate license, I still have to pay for all the books and modules from Wizards of the Coast or whatever rule set that I want to play with. But my players do not have to pay anything. They can use the demo account. The 4 players here, or actually all my players, because I have the ultimate, I can share all my books, all my stuff that I want them to see, as long as they're connected to my table. And that's how I run this channel, and always will. And so the 4 of them here are on here, set up, playing, and having some fun, and didn't cost them a damn thing, except their precious time to have to deal with my ass. So, so that's probably worth something down the line. Okay. Boom. Alari has enlightened the group of what she has seen.
Sounds
like
troublesome.
boys.
Yeah, we need to get on over to that cave to see if we can find.
We need to get these guys back.
Let's go on then.
I might have to take a health potion before we go.
So y'all use some. So some of y'all have used a few. They don't get replenished for free. So now you can take a quick rest. Yeah, you got your 3 hit points back. Y'all can, we're playing with you right now. No, actually, we're not. You actually did take those 3 because you found that trap straight on out. You want to use your health potion, you can use a short rest. You're right down, like I will tell you right now, you're okay. You've lost 3 hit points. You're fine for the moment. If you take a bad shot, yeah. But a healing potion is 2d4 plus 2. And so you're not wounded. And I would tell you, you're not wounded enough yet to roll the dice on that. That would be me, but it is still your character. So now,
Okay.
That being said, we're continuing on.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all proceed on up the trail, and you come out of a little clearing area. And you as you were moving closer into the, coming out to what you can see was an opening in the clearing, you begin to hear a stream, and you can see kind of off to your east there is a creek that's running south, past y'all, and it's running, it's coming toward y'all. It's running downhill, and y'all moving along, and you come out and you see this on the map. Now y'all are just right offside the map. Explain to what you're seeing. At the bottom right hand corner of the map, just right to the right of you is a legend. That's why you don't, so just holding off because I don't want you to see some of the stuff it's indicating, because you don't know what's inside. But what you kind of see in front of you is this. Dun, dun, dun. You follow the trail, you come across a large cave and a hillside, about 5 miles or more longer from the scene of the ambush. The shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is definitely screened on both sides, and to the south of it by, some briar thickets and all that. There is a path that runs along the right-hand side of the stream into the cave. And you see, tree lines and thickets, and you see in a little opening on both sides, but And the stream it's not very deep and it's not running, but it's a nice trickle, but it is running. So there's water, it's flowing out of the cave, and your track marks all move across the stream until it gets closer to the north, and then they all kind of move to one side and then go into the cave, and then it becomes pitch black inside there. And this is what you see.
I don't think we
Okay.
should go in straight away because this place is definitely going to be guarded if that's many goblins.
I could sneak on over and see what I can. See what I can find.
Right now, if you come out of the thicket where y'all are at, you're right out in the open. Now you could move across and kind of move easterly, and to kind of cross over the stream back in the woods and then come through the woods.
I think we should take cover.
Sneaky.
I think we should take cover in the forest and sneak up.
Yeah, let's do that. And I can do most of the movement and just signal you guys to come on over if needs be.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. So when you begin to move, it's very thick. It's not hard to move through area. Let me put y'all on spot here, because I'm gonna lock tokens now. Okay. So y'all are moving through, keeping an eye on the stream to your left now. And there's heavy, dense trees in front of you. Who's moving ahead first?
Dwee.
Dwee, you may make me a stealth check, I'm assuming, as you're trying to be sneaky. Not bad. So which way are you moving?
Through the tree line, anywhere I can be concealed, really. I want to get up to the mouth of the cave, perhaps do a perception check where as close as I can to it without...
Right. Well, you move farther in the tree, you move along. Just so your movement is halved because you are sneaking and it's thick. So for every square you move, that's 10 feet. So you roughly got about 2 squares that you can move. Okay. You move up and you're stepping and you almost put your foot down on a branch to hear, and you stop. And then as you do, you hear some talking and high pitched and some fighting. No, I'm not. You stop. And you hear partially broken up common, and then another language that I don't believe you understood last time. No, you don't understand it. And you peer, kind of hunch down, and you look, and you actually can see that the tree line, there's a cosp area. It's kind of a little cleared out area in the tree, and sitting there on the ground fighting, grabbing at what looks to be some squirrel or something. They're, half not even really cooked, or 2 scrawny looking goblins. They've got bows and arrows, and they kind of look like they're positioned. They could see. They kind of watch the front of the cave, but you've snuck up on them.
Okay, I'm too far to communicate with the other guys without
That is
making much...
That's right. Mm-hmm. Or you can move back.
Ooh, I could move back, but would that entail another stealth check?
Mm-hmm. That it would, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Can I move
One square.
up?
Y'all can move. Well, it's up to y'all. Y'all move up. Y'all just don't see. You're not seeing
I
what he
speak
sees.
Goblin.
No, you don't. He does. Nice try. He only moved up. Y'all can't see squat. He disappeared all of a sudden in the tree line in front of y'all. Y'all, one minute you're looking at his butt, and the next minute Dwee's gone. And Dwee moved up and saw this and heard these guys fighting. But y'all have no idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna move back and communicate with the other guys so we can get like a double team stealth kill.
You can make me another stealth check with advantage. In the tower. Can they do it? Can he do it, folks? We don't know. We're waiting. Okay. Let's see what the goblins thought of your stealth check. Poorly of it, apparently, because you sneak away, listening to them fight still. And all of a sudden, y'all look, and then Dwee's standing right before y'all. How the hell does he do that?
Two weedy little goblins, look like my kind of build, I guess. Maybe skinnier.
Yeah, they like
We need
eaten
to
a
take
while.
these guys out.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's the stealthiest out of you guys?
You.
I got a +5 to
100%
stealth.
me.
Hold on, I'm just
Look
checking.
at your stealth.
I got a +2.
I'm only a +1.
I've only got a +1.
Cool. Me and Del, smallest of the bunch. Let's go. And
Yeah.
hopefully try and sneak up on these guys. And
Small man and medium-sized man.
Let's
Both
do
of y'all
this.
are small. So, dwarves are small, right? Or are they medium? I forgot. I couldn't remember.
So I'm gonna try and move just behind to the tree line behind the one on the right.
Well, so Dwee's got to tell you where to go. So for the
Okay,
moment,
so I'm
Yeah.
going to move on. Let's see how far I can go because I can only go.
2 squares, unless you're going to dash, but then that's going to make a problem with your, being stealthy. Yeah, you can move that way. And make me another stealth check, please, with advantage because you're trying to be stealthy. You can make it straight
In
out
the tower again?
No, you can make it straight out in the open right now. If you fail, I want you to know it. Okay, yep, you move straight on up there. Del, now Dwee is okay. So you must make me a stealth check. You can make it with advantage because you're trying to be extra quiet as you've got something in front of you. You can make it out in the open. Ooh, Delg.
You ruined it.
Yes, as Delg is moving up, all of a sudden there is a snap below his feet as he stepped on a branch, and the 2 goblins both stop. Did you hear that? What do you mean? What do you hear? I don't know. And they get up and they come walking. Ah! Mino, hairy dwarf! Ah!
Why does his say advantage did?
You have armor on that's not advantage. That's not stealthy. And so I gave you advantage, but it's disadvantage on your stealth rolls because you make noise when you move. Yes.
You live in
Yes. So that is what that
Delgy
means.
noisy.
So the goblins basically, we have invaders, and they're turning to flee. All of y'all may roll me initiative. Unfortunately, oh my god, oh, I rolled the best I've ever rolled. That's not good. Any of y'all have? No. Okay. Damico's not intelligence, initiative. That's above. That's in the middle of your character sheet. The INIT.
I did that last week.
Yeah, that's fine. That's right. Yep. Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Start off. Oof. Yeah, that one hurt. So Goblin 1 sees a dwarf trying to be stealthy, but unfortunately the dwarf is not. Shoots an arrow. Oh, damn it. Hits the dwarf. Slams the dwarf. This guy He's running, and he's, taking off. Alaria, you hear, goblins scream in the thickets. You have not entered.
I run.
You can move through the woods. You can move out. You've heard, so to move into the thickets is half movement. So you guys are standing there at the edge of the forest line. Which way do you want to move?
I don't know much about what's going on, do I?
You heard goblins scream. You heard the dwarf take a hit, and you heard something running off.
I run up to Delg and Dwee because I heard him being hit.
Okay, you can move up to him. Okay, it's 10 feet of movement. You see the dwarf got an arrow stuck in his chest.
Can I see the goblin?
You can see the one that shot him. The other one, you can maybe a perception check at disadvantage because you're looking through the woods, and he's kind of hidden by you, the woods to the north there. But you can try. But it's perception checks at disadvantage. Yeah, you see him.
Can I try and shoot him or something?
Try is one thing, doing is another. You have, unfortunately, you have,
Oh, can I? Oh, I can't see Goblin 2, can I?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were trying to look at. You can see Goblin 2
Yeah,
barely
okay.
up there. Yeah.
So can I cast, so how far away would he be if I casted Entangle, which would kind of stop him?
So what you do is you target the goblin you want to know the distance on. So you control click on that goblin. So you have him targeted. Then put your cursor back on top of you. It will give you the distance, how far away you are. And then go look at Entangle, and Entangle tells you how far the range is that you can cast it. So
90 feet. So yes, I can cast it.
That's right. So the question is, where would you want to put the 20-foot square? So let me show you how to draw. So if you put your cursor somewhere over in the field area, you can right mouse click, and in the 11 o'clock position of the radial menu that pops up is called pointers. You can click on that, and it gives you some options. You can click on the square, and then you can just select a point, and then hold your mouse button down, and you draw. And you're drawing a square. What you want to do is you're going to draw a 10-foot diameter square like this, and you can then pull the square down you can say, well, this is where I want to put this entanglement. That makes sense?
Okay, so I can move the goblin, essentially. No.
No, you can't move the goblin, but you can move the square that you're drawing. And you say, I want this, because your entangled says that it is a 20-foot square. So basically, I'm going to draw me a 20-foot square. And I can now put this square wherever I want it. The center.
All right, yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
So I can do it in a pretty large area.
Yeah, it's 20 feet. Basically, anywhere in here. And basically, the whole ground shoots up with vines and stuff trying to stop people from running through it. Yep.
You could get both of them.
Good. No, unfortunately, he's only going to get one. No, that'll do it right there. The goblin has, yeah, I'll put the goblin in a square. That's on me. So he could basically put it right there, and it would get both of them.
Okay. That's what I want to do.
Okay, so to do that means that now, you're going to, what was that? I saw something. I heard something. Redeem this card. 1 second, Loco. I'll do a giveaway here in a second. Okay, so you're going to Entangle has a save. So what you do is you're going to control click on both. You're going to target Goblin 1 also now. So control click him once. So there they are. Now, you're going to open up the magnifying glass on Entangle, and you're going to throw the DC strength save. You're going to double click that once. And that's basically the save that they get. One failed, one succeeded. So what happens is now you just double click restrained once. That should have, actually it didn't. So it looks like number 1. So number 1 failed. So actually he gets it, the restrained. So it's the one closest to you got caught by the vines. The one farther away did not.
No.
Unfortunately. Make sure the creature area when you cast a spell must succeed on the saving throw or be restrained. Yep.
Okay. So, is there much more I can do?
You can move a little bit more or you're done. Unless you have a bonus action. You cast, so Entangled, check off the spell slot because you used, that was a first level spell. Okay. Up above your spells in area, there'll be a spell slots between your weapons and all your spells. You'll see spell slots. You need to check one off because you used it. Please.
I'm trying to find it.
So go on your actions tab, scroll up, right under your weapons. There's a little bit here, it says spell slots. There
Got
you go.
it.
There you go. And if you're done, then pass your turn. Dewey. What you gonna do?
Oh, sorry. Can I fire an arrow at Goblin 2?
Oh yeah, he's in your range.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna do that then. Let me just find the.
Yep, do your thing.
Right.
I'm gonna start this giveaway for a chest for all those watching. And get in on the giveaway. We do stream loots for goodies for the stream. Plus you can interact with the players, certain cards and all that. But all you gotta do is exclamation ticket, and you get a free ticket, 1 ticket per person, and the winner will win a chest. We'll run it for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you just kill him? Holy
Hey.
moly. Stuck an arrow in the back of his head, and he's running forward. You see him slam into the cliff wall, and then just kind of splat on the ground there, kicking, his legs twitching in air.
Haha.
Now, also
That's
thing
all
to
I said.
remember is that, so,
I stood right next to him, so I decided to pat him on the head.
yeah. So that area is all these, well
Thanks,
done,
Doug.
Louis. That's right. So this area's got, y'all all watch, you're seeing this area, just vines and stuff are shooting out of the ground. The goblin's stuck in it. Dewey, anything else you want to do?
I think that's all I can do right now. I'll let Delg.
Okay. Delg moves up.
Step up to him, pull out my warhammer, and smash him on the head.
Okay. Couldn't be too hard for you. He is restrained, unable to move. But we'll see. It is Delg we're talking about.
Oh no!
Double ones.
You just get
there,
2 1s.
Double ones, folks. Double ones. Did I call it or did I call it? So,
Fuck's sake, Delg.
Not my day today.
So, Laurie and Damikos, don't forget, you need to turn on your inspirations. All of you always, what was that? Someone's, yeah, Yeah, no.
Why did we pick you as a fighter?
I don't know. So make sure y'all turn y'all's inspirations on. Ilaria, you too. Upper right-hand corner, put the check mark there for inspiration. Okay, now, Del, you can choose to use your inspiration to re-roll that attack if you would like.
No.
You're going to take the
not
one.
these traps.
You're going to take 2 ones. Anything could be better than that.
He's entangled.
Bad for me. Alright, I'm going to try again.
All right, so uncheck your inspiration. Yeah, you get advantage on this attack because he's restrained and you still roll double ones. So turn your inspiration off, please. Uncheck it up there at the top.
Which
your
tab was it in?
Inspiration's up at the top of your character sheet. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Now you may re-roll your attack on the goblin that's restrained, that can't move right in front of you. Hot damn, you rolled a 2. You got a hit, Delg. You did well. Now you can give him the damage. You knock his head off.
Yeah. I pat him on the back.
He crumples to the ground, dead. Okay. Now, yep. Yeah, y'all see that it's been definitely, this area's been hollowed out. Looks like a post, for a blind, for lookout. There's they're sitting up with some wood planks kind of laying on the ground where they can kind of lay down and watch things and all that. And they were kind of sitting there fighting over, like I said, a squirrel that half eaten that they were trying to fight over to eat themselves. Ilaria, do you dispel your entangle?
I do.
Okay, so it powers down. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, water still flows out of the stream, but y'all don't hear any other activity for the moment.
Okay, I'll go sneak on up and see if I can see what's going on in the mouth of the...
Okay, you may move up there.
I'm also going to join the guy so I know what the hell's just gone on.
Yeah, you can move up there now. Free movement. Yep, that's fine. Here, let me unlock tokens for a second. Now you may freely move up to Dwee where you want to move to. Your choice.
Yo, guys, what happened here?
Well, Delg just runs up past you, Mr.
Delg!
What are you doing?
So, yeah, there's two
I
of
tell
y'all-
Demikos what just happened and
Okay.
referred to the 2 small ones as pretty badass.
Okay. The two of y'all are staring, yeah, because it's still bright outside and all that, your dark vision does not penetrate very far. You basically see that the stream is flowing out of there. You see the dirt trail that's definitely been used. Lots of, track marks coming in and out. And it goes on in and you can't see much more.
I got a torch.
Cool.
Well, your dark vision will work, but you have to get out of the sunlight.
Ah, okay.
Delg, you might as well just go ahead, mate, and see what...
Yeah. Okay.
Is it wise to send Delg?
He's not
Better
been
him
very
than
good
me.
at the dice rolls.
My luck is bound to change at some point, guys.
He's already lost his inspiration.
Well, so you guys
Shall
need to
we
know,
sort
yeah.
someone out?
He has a problem. He is not stealthy because of his armor.
No, he's
No.
not.
Okay?
But I don't think I can stealth up to that because that's just out in...
Well, you
It's
can-
mainly because do you have night vision?
Yeah, the dwarves, the two of them are the only ones that have dark vision. That's true.
I have dark vision.
Oh, that's right. It's who? Oh, all of y'all do. Hold on, I'm thinking about the dwarf.
I don't think I
Dwee
do.
does not. Okay, my bad. I knew there was one. I was getting it backwards. Okay, so all of y'all except for Dwee can see in the dark. Okay.
That doesn't matter. I'll go and stealth on up and see what I...
There's no point if you can't see in the dark and it's dark in there.
I'll just make a badass perception check.
I
Make
lean
your
up on the
movement.
tree, watch
Make-
the midgets.
Make your movement, whoever's doing this. Okay, so Dwee, yeah, you basically see not much farther in because of the light pouring into the cave. You see the stream and the dirt path kind of goes around the corner out of your view.
Okay, I might as well just move on up and see what I.
You step right into the cave mouth. There's a path right there on the right-hand side that you can follow. Or you can step right into the water.
Sorry, there's a part. Oh, I see. I just.
Yeah, it's just right there. You just basically say, I'm following along the path. That's all you do. Okay? All right. So, yeah, a little bit more light, not much help. But what you do see, you peek around the corner. You're seeing the pathway goes up, and there seems to be some stairs going up into another room. But
Do I hear anything?
You can make me a perception check.
Please.
Right out in the open. You hear some panting, every now and then a growl. Murr, murr.
It's the bear things.
Sounds like it sounds like some large dog or wolf. You know the sound of them.
Well,
And you hear the rustling of chains.
You
You hear the rustling of chains too, dragging across the ground. But you cannot see any farther in.
Alaria, why don't you go?
Okay,
Yeah, I
I'll
think
take it
I'm
off.
gonna run up behind Dwee.
Because you've got dark vision as well,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah.
You can trade
I'll
spots.
signal for Ilaria.
Yep. Laria can move up.
Ilaria, you need to get in there and just have a look.
Get out of the way then, little man.
Okay. Where do you move, Laria? Right here into the square.
Yup.
Okay, you see farther in. As your eyes kind of adjust a little bit, you see the creek runs up, begins to turn, it's rustling, and you kind of peek around the corner. Yeah, and you see that there is some type of stairwell going up into a cave, and you hear the rustling of chains again, and kind of a growl. And there's multiple growls.
Do I know what these growls are?
You can make me a nature check at advantage. Sound like wolves.
They sound like wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Go investigate.
I think I'm gonna have to be the one to investigate, yeah.
Okay, so what do you do?
I head into the bottom of the stairwell,
You can move a square
but I
up.
stick really close to
That's
the
fine. Yeah.
wall.
That's fine. Move a square. Move up to the next square. There you go. Okay, so you turn. Like I said, you see a little bit more pathway. You see what looks to be a little culvert on the left-hand side of the creek, and a bunch of like rocks. Kind of, it's kind of not caved in, but it's just flattened dirt and rocks and all that. It's not hardened. Dug out a little bit. To your north there, and then you turn, you look into the room real quick, and you're going to see this. What you see, quick peek into the room. It's weird stuff. Sitting on the ground, and then you see him kind of sniffing in the air, are 3 wolves there, chained to the floors and the stalagmite that's to the north there. And they all begin to start sniffing, and the heads begin to start turning towards you. You get also hit with the smell of it smells like refuse, trash, piss, shit. Just a horrible smell. And you look toward the back, and you can see that there's just piles of it on the floor back there, and bones and crap and garbage. And you follow it, and it looks like it's kind of tracking down the backside of the cave wall, because at the very top, about 30 feet up in the air in the backside of the cave, is a hole in the ceiling. and you can see stuff just kind of been, it's been, like it's been thrown out and it's kind of dropped down the side and poured down the side, and then there's just kind of puddles in the floor here, the back side of the cave, and the wolves are sitting here and they're growling, and their growling gets a little bit more intense because they now smell you and are kind of stand up a little bit, and they're all staring at you because you know that they can see you too. And they're smelling you, and they heard you, and they're and they just kind of mull around, and you see the chains, or there's collars on their necks, and they've got chains that are on the ground that drag to the stalagmites on the floor. They're just all three staring at you.
Can you talk to him?
Yeah, can I speak to them?
Are you going to spend 10 minutes sitting there doing a ritual? 'Cause that's the only, are you
I
casting?
suppose I can't, yeah. I don't have time.
So the ritual allows you not to waste a spell slot. Now, if you want to cast it straight on out, well, it's a ritual spell, but you can cast it. You'll lose your other last spell slot because you've used one.
I haven't used any of mine yet, though, so...
That's true.
Can I signal backwards to the rest of the guys and say
You're
wolves?
inside the cave. You would have to back out.
So I can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back out and tell the guys what's going on.
Okay, you can back out. Tell them what you saw.
So guys, there's 3 wolves in there. And it looks like they're eating some horrible.
No, they haven't earned anything. That's just in the very back side of the cave. Bunch of crap. It's like a toilet pole that's not been cleaned out in years.
They're up some stairs, and I think we should go in and but I don't want to kill the wolves.
You wouldn't. You're a druid.
Well, they might know something of what's further inside, or at least know
What spells do you have, Damocos? Do you have anything that will help us not kill the wolves? Said the druid.
Not necessarily animal-like.
Here, and there's the description. What you saw.
I'm just looking.
Okay, well, if
just
we're out
carry
in
on
the
past
open,
them.
if we're out in the open,
The goblins that are
could are we like in a safe place for me to do my 10-minute speak with animals thing?
You tell me if you think you're in a safe spot. Now, Laria was just given an inspiration card, so let's do that real quick before things move on. So, Laria, roll me a d20, please. Out in the open. 14. All right, I believe that is a silver card. Okay, so I'm going to send this to you. If you'll do the dice roll in the upper left-hand corner, click that button. All right, clarity. Roll a d20 you just made, adding your proficiency bonus as an additional bonus to the result. You may use this. So basically, anytime you make a d20 roll for you may for a check or save, anything like that, roll a d20, re-roll a d20 you just made, adding your proficiency bonus as additional bonus to the result. And so basically, anytime you want to make a roll of some sort, on a skills check or save or strength, check, save, or skills check, you may use it. You may re-roll a d20 and add that. I'll tell you when to use it. Damn it! So,
Sounds good.
That's not bad. That's a nice little deal. Let me add it in here to the cards for
Thank you.
clarity for Alaria. That was from Loco. All right, Alaria. Okay,
Thank you,
Now.
Loco.
back to the game. Yeah, some wolves in there. You want, now the questions you're asking, I'm not the one to judge. Do you think you just killed two
Guys.
goblins in a hideout and you want to spend 10 minutes sitting out there in the open to perform a ritual? Rejects
No,
can do that.
can we try and sneak? I think we should try and sneak past the wolves.
I can do
I'm
that
just
and see
worried
what's
I
they're
don't
on
think
the
that's a
left.
great idea with me.
I'm just worried they're going to alert anyone else that's further in the cave.
Well, they already sound pretty noisy.
Yeah, but they ain't start barking yet. They've just
No, they
growled
haven't.
and noticed
That's right.
that Ilaria there. And the thing is, we don't
I
really
guess
wanna
we have to
too
take
many
out the
people.
wolves.
Have you got any kind of spells that will take over a large space like Entanglement
Yeah,
did?
entanglement. I have.
No,
The
no.
profile. Sorry, that was me saying hi to somebody. Sorry. What now?
Just asking Damokos what spells he's got.
I don't really have entanglement. I can just push things further away, really, which is like a thunder wave. But that's no point when they're already in a little.
I could pass do entanglement, but it won't make any difference to them barking or whatever. That will not make a difference.
True. Right, we're just gonna have to take these guys out. Let's do that, but let's
Well, they're
try
gonna
and be
make-
as quiet
they're
as we
gonna-
can, I guess.
They're gonna make noise one way or another, so we could just always try and sneak past them. If that doesn't work, then just kill them. Because if we kill them, they're gonna make noise.
There's also a hole in the top of the ceiling, so who knows if someone can jump.
Into a pile of shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now, Laurie, you have
That would land you in the middle of the.
Yeah. So no one.
I have something that could probably take all three out at the same time.
Yes.
Because I
Can
can create.
I use my animal handling?
You were just given clarity, so you can try to roll animal handling. If you don't like the roll, you can use your clarity card to try to re-roll and take the higher of the two. So
Let's do it.
Tell everybody can look at. So y'all need to look at your skills tabs, all of y'all. So I just sent her a hint because y'all are still learning. And she's a druid, and druids are going to be upset if you kill things. You're neutral, Laria.
I don't want to kill the wolves.
Yeah, so you have to. So, but this is role playing stuff that you'll have to figure out. But you've got all these different skills, and so with her knowing she's got this special card and possibly a favor from the gods above, from the gods of Loco, she might be able to try this animal handling to try to placate the wolves.
Yeah, try that first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to
There's
do.
not always. Yeah, you try to you're trying to balance your abilities to kill things over the RPing and figuring out. It's not always trying to be a bird or hobo. Are there other ways to get out through this? And y'all are learning, okay? And that's a good one for a druid to try out. All right. So, what would you think your steps would be, Alaria? What would you do as a druid?
I would go in very slowly. And I have a lot of experience with wolves.
Yeah,
don't
and the
I?
wolves also, they're animals. So what do animals like to do a lot? And be nice.
Eat.
There you go, Alaria.
Give them some food.
Yeah, they have poop. Yeah, Vel. Well, that's true. They do like to poop, but wolves like to eat. And so, if you think maybe you could feed the wolves,
Yes, I would like to
animal
feed the
handling,
wolves.
you can now roll your animal handling check with advantage. This is how you figure this stuff out. This is what you would ask me. Could I do this? And I would say, okay, not a bad call. You've got advantage on this. So you're going to, all righty, 14 ain't bad. Okay. Normally your normal skill checks have just to be to 10 unless I've got something else that tells me that there's a change in that DC, and it says that the character tries to calm the animals down. You've got to make that roll was not high enough. Wolves are aggressive. Now, if because you threw food at them, that drops it down, and that score now passes the test. So you throw this food at them, they all start. You basically see them. Looks like they haven't eaten well in either, and these chains are pretty heavy, and they basically start chomping down on what you got at them, and all three of them then look up like they want more, but now their tongues are hanging out the side of their mouths instead of being grimaces full of teeth, and their ears back and their tails back and all that. They now are thinking you're super cool, druid, and they don't growl at all now as you're looking at them, and they're kind of just they all three kind of lay back down, and are staring straight at you. You have
My
tamed the
friends.
beast. Yes, you have tamed the beast.
Do you want to come and live with me, little wolves?
You're not certain you've tamed them that well, Alaria, but you have tamed them that the food has placated them.
Give them names.
Yeah, give them names. That's right. So you say that to them, and their tails kind of wag a little bit, and they, but wolves are, very large, gangly, agile creatures, and they have long tongues, but they're hanging out. They are docile for the moment. Now you can continue to, if you want to try to work that angle, that they would follow you. That would take some more work. But you've definitely placated them. They have calmed down.
Okay, so do we reckon that we should just walk past them now?
You don't think there's going to be any trouble with y'all?
Well, maybe with the rest of us.
Yeah, they might be with the rest of you.
Now? Do you reckon you could do your ritual now?
Yes, I could probably do my ritual now in amongst them.
You could sit at the bottom of the stairs.
Well, actually, she's right here. Sorry, she needs to move in to do this, so she's sitting there right now.
Because they're intrigued by you, and they're waiting for you to do something now, so you might as well do your ritual.
Can I come into this little bit of the cave and do my ritual, please?
Yeah, you move into there, and they all kind of just move. Their eyes just follow you, but they're just they're sitting, they're on their bellies, feet out, they're sitting, they're all laying down, looking at you, heads up, tails, thumping, somewhat. Wolves don't, they're wolves. They're not house dogs, tongues out. They're wanting more food. They're looking at you, eyes intent, but they don't show any malice at all.
Okay, I start to go into my trance to speak with animals.
Okay, so you're using your second spell slot. That's just a ritual, so don't worry about it. Okay, and you go into what about the other three of y'all? Now she's all in there on her own. And these three bungholios are sitting out here in the cave, not doing a damn thing, catching some fresh air.
Yeah, I don't want to worry the.
We trust her.
There's been no growling yet.
Have faith.
We'll just be ready with our equipment to beat them up just in case.
Okay, so I do my little ritual.
But the other three, y'all are sitting outside.
Yeah.
Can I get ready to charge in if I hear anything that sounds like fighting?
Okay. All right.
Same.
So you do your ritual for about 10 minutes, and all of a sudden you begin to hear the wolves' voices. You feel their thoughts in their heads. and they all, but your eyes are closed, rolled up in the back of your head, and you can see their visions. What do you want to know?
What lies ahead?
They haven't gone. They can't really tell you much about what's deeper in here. They haven't been gone. They've been kept here. They're thrown food every now and then, not by a lot. There's some goblins that take care. The goblin forms you can see that kind of throw them every now and then. They growl at them some. There's this other bigger creature that you recognize as a bugbear again, and he has a wolf companion that basically is the leader of this pack, and this wolf stays with him with some other goblins, and they give you a picture that they're somewhere here in this structure. They're not fed a lot. They're supposed they're not very happy about being here. They would rather be roaming free, doing their thing. They've definitely like you because
I would like to
them.
set you free.
What if they see us and attack us on the way out?
I would like to tell them that I have friends with me that are friends.
Okay.
And tell them that I would like to set them free if they let us pass.
They seem okay now that you've fed them. They kind of feel like you're part of their pack, and that they don't think you're safe. That you're nice and all that, but they kind of give you figures and count. There's probably about 10 to 12 goblins in here. That plus this big creature. Do
they want to fight with me?
Well, they would protect you.
Yes, please. Okay, Mr. Wolves.
For what you've done, as long as they can have some more food.
Yeah, that's a deal.
Okay, and they watched as the group came in. A couple. It's been some time. Several moons have passed. Basically, they don't know about days and all, but the moon. They measure by moons coming up and going, and they've known that there's been several moons that there were some more bigger bugbears here, and they took something. They came and got something, and there was a bunch of shouting, and they basically, you can picture that they brought two big packages, something big, two big things got dragged in, but one of them got dragged off. One of them's still here, one of them got dragged off.
Okay, so we only have one suspect here.
But they will protect
you. So they will protect me. So, cool. I asked them to come with me and that my friends are part of our pack.
For more food.
Yeah, and I give them all more food.
So you'll need to check off by about 6 of your rations. Okay? And they also, you take some time. Their chains and their collars are locked.
I can pick lock, I think.
You're gonna need the rogue to come in there and take these chains off.
Or dwarf smash chains? Maybe.
So I guess I have to go out and tell him to come in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All of you come into this bit. Follow me.
Now, Dwee moves in there. Dwee can't see, folks. He moves in, and all of a sudden, he's in the middle of darkness. And you hear the wolves all of a sudden, the wolves all stand up, and then they kind of look to Alari, and they can see pictures, and they read your thoughts and all that, and you see all of them then, stand back down when Damikos comes into the room.
Does Doug want to use his torch inside there so we can?
I don't want to spook the wolves. Just in case.
I think I probably have a torch as well. It's probably in the adventurer's kit.
Hold on. Ilaria.
No lights, guys. The wolf has just told me that lights are bad. Goblins watch the entrance.
Percy
Well,
goes for the fire.
I go and get Dwee and guide him towards the wolf
Okay.
and the lock that he needs to.
So you bring Dwee up to the wolves, and for a moment, they question you, Ilaria. They see Dwee, and they all kind of go, "Ooh, hors d'oeuvres, and maybe he tastes good. Can we nibble on him?"
I say no.
He
tastes
funny too.
horrible. He is only a halfling. He tastes like.
Oh, Dwee didn't like that. He stayed quiet. We thought Dwee, you can you feel around and you can feel the locks on their chains and their collars. You take a few moments, as these wolves are right, your hot breath is in your face, and you hear, grrr, but they don't bite you, but apparently they want to.
It's okay. He's going to set you free. We need him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't really know that they want to eat me.
No,
So
they
as far
don't.
as I
No, they
know,
don't.
Ilaria.
Unless Ilaria wants to.
So yeah.
Okay, you unchain them, all three, and they thank you, Ilaria. That you can feel the gratitude rolling off of them.
Fabulous. Let's go deeper.
Yep. Okay, so what are we doing? They basically,
Well, I can't lead on this one.
No, you can't.
Demikos, you want to go ahead for the next bit since you have night vision?
Yeah, I'll go.
Someone hold Dwee's hand. Actually, can I have him on my shoulders?
I asked the wolves to listen to Demikos.
Okay, so what did I hear, Del? Well, you're trying to put Dwee on your shoulders. You're trying to do a Master Blaster,
you can't see.
The small version of Master Blaster. That's up to you.
And wear a big trench coat and pretend to be a normal sized person.
That's right.
No, you cannot go. You're too noisy.
Can I ride a wolf?
I'm waiting on someone to move. So
go, Demikos. Not you, Delg.
I'm going.
Okay, Damikos, you move up. You're going to see multiple things. You see, like I said, over to the left side over here, looks like a cave, kind of climbs. There's kind of another little side passage over there, but it looks like it's kind of caved in on itself. It looks like it's passable, but it's not hardened rock. There's, lots of the sides caved in, and you see what looks like a 10-foot slope to another little landing off to the west there, as though you have to climb up it, but it doesn't look very stable. But it looks doable. You look around the corner, and you're seeing more of the pathway, and you look just barely in your dark vision. You make out the presence of a bridge that is 10 feet over the water, and you can see that it looks like it does, it connects a passageway across the 10-foot span of the river, of the stream.
I tell everyone behind me what I can see, so we can discuss which way to go.
Okay, make me a. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna whisper, yell back, or are you gonna move back? What are you doing?
Ooh, advantage.
For Delg. Okay, advantage for Delg. Thanks, Loco. He may need
I
it.
move
He needs it.
backwards.
Okay, so you bounce back and you basically see. Yep. The now the wolves will
Thank you, Loco.
act on your commands and all that, Ilaria. So they only talk to you. They only understand you, just so you know.
Okay.
All right. Damikos, you tell them what you see. What are we doing?
Which way do you think we should go, guys? Keep following the path or try and get up that little bit of a slippery slope?
Can the wolves get up the slope?
I'm more worried about Dwee getting up the slope. And Del.
I could
I
throw
see.
it.
I asked the wolves if they know which direction is better.
They have no idea. They have not been up this. They've told you that they were only kept here and used on some hunting and all that. But they have never gone deeper in to where their pack leader
Let's
may be.
let's keep on going. I say, if I can't see, then it's going to be easier just to follow the path.
Just follow the path.
I have a +5 on my athletics, so I stand a decent chance of getting up the slope.
Yeah, but
You
you're
just-
also noisy.
He can take
But
his
you're
armor
also
off.
Delg.
But it takes a turn or two to put the armor back on. But yeah, you can move through there, but you definitely, if I call for a stealth check, he's doing it disadvantage. There's no doubt about that. But now he has advantage on another roll here, so he'd be doing it even money. So you choose when to use that, Delg. So
We may need it later.
Yeah, I may need
Yeah.
it later.
With his
carry
rolls,
on.
yeah,
I don't
probably.
want to get into. I don't want to get into a situation where it becomes a thing where we say don't do a delve.
yeah. Okay.
I'm going to move closer
Little
towards the
does
bridge
he
again.
know.
Okay, hold on a second. Damico, say that now. What were you gonna do?
I'm going to move closer to the bridge again and see if I can see underneath
Okay.
and where the path leads.
Yeah. Yeah. You sitting there, you move off. I need you make me a perception check. Actually, I need a stealth check. Laurie, one of the wolves starts growling.
There's something.
Oh no.
He smells goblin.
Make me a stealth check, Damikos, as you move up.
Am I doing it in the open?
You're trying to, if you're trying to move along the rock face and be stealthy, but I'm just, letting
Am
you
I
know.
doing it in the tower or am I doing it in
No,
the
you
chat?
can move. You can do it. Yeah, thank you for asking. Sorry, you moving out of the open. You're fine. Well, look at that.
Nice one.
Okay, you're moving along, and you can see. Now that's only 10 feet of movement. You still have 20 feet.
Can I not see further now
Yeah,
or
I'm
not?
going to give it to you. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. So you basically can kind of tell that there's a landing there, and it looks like it's another drop off. You can't really see much farther because this is basically that first little divot area here is a 10-foot climb, and you see another one off in the dark vision. So there's probably another landing up there. So there's a couple of spots. It kind of goes up is what you're seeing, and that makes sense because you see the bridge is 10 feet off the air, and it looks like it's got a path. It's going into a little a cave area. The pathway continues on. What that bridge is basically connecting. You can't really see much though. What you can do is you can see under the bridge, and you could see that the stream is still flowing, and that there's a pathway, and it is also a stairwell that begins to go up. So you guys are at a lower level, but there's a higher level above y'all in this cave system. And this bridge is, like I said, you could climb up it. It's got about a 10-foot climb to it. It would have to take an athletics check, but you can't see anything up above it though, because you're down below it in your angle.
Should we go up or should we stay low?
I'm wondering if it's worth. Am I able? Oh. Am I able to go to the staircase and go up the steps a little bit and see if I can see further?
You have 20 feet of movement left still. So that's 5 foot
Yeah,
a
I could
square.
then, couldn't I? Yeah.
You could move under the bridge, basically, and look around.
Yeah, I might do.
You hear the wolf is growling behind you.
I might go back to the wolf and ask Ilaria,
She
where
told you.
does the smell come from then? Yeah, but
Wolf-
where's the smell coming from? To ask.
It's somewhere in the key. Smells it up ahead.
Oh. Do you think we should go out the slippery slope instead, guys?
Yes.
What's everyone else
Do we
thinking?
trust Delg?
I could take my armor off.
Good.
What, leave it
Yeah,
there?
that's quite.
Well, leave it at the opening. We'll be able to find it again.
He could.
Can I put it
Now
in the
drops
back?
to a. You drop to a.
What does that
11.
do to my AC?
You drop to 11 on your AC.
That's 6 less. Oh,
Yeah, that's
I might
right.
need that. I'm gonna need that if we get into a fight.
Well, mind you, we could go in and leave Delg to come in last, because if someone's in there, they've already spotted us and he could run in.
If we all try and get up that slippery slope, we could all potentially take damage if we all fail our checks. So I would say we just push on and just do it that way.
The risk is that all of us and the wolves need to get up that same slope, so I think we should just push on.
Okay.
But we need to be on guard because the wolves can smell goblin up ahead, so we are going to run into trouble.
Okay, I'm going to move back to here, and then that's my 30 feet done. Do I need to do a stealth check again?
Well, you're fine right now. That's your movement, though. Okay.
But yeah, that's my movement.
We're not really in initiative right now, but okay. What about the rest? So, Alaria, you're gonna move on up.
I'm moving up and I'm asking the wolves to stick close to me.
Okay. And they alert you close, and he because they have very keen sense of smell and hearing. And
I'm gonna go
Can
over to,
can I send a wolf ahead?
up to you. They just need to stick fairly close to you to stay within contact with you. So you have a range somewhat of speaking with them, but they basically are they basically kind of corral around you. It's your call though. What you want to do?
Okay, yeah, no. I will go ahead, I guess. One of us has to.
Well, if you move on up, you need to make me a stealth check, please. The wolves are lollygagging behind you, though they're almost silent as hell. You don't even hear them moving around. Their ears go back. All three get. All three are telling you there's a goblin nearby. Oh, okay. Yep, they move up. Yep.
A health potion is 2d4s plus what again?
2d4 plus 2 if you're going to take
Okay.
it. Yeah, you've
Well,
hit.
yeah,
Okay, so I think you
I'm-
do you have
help
yours?
myself.
Do you have yours left? I think. Yeah, so you can check off your health potion in your supply tab and on the actions tab. Go to your actions tab and then down below in supply. There you go. Then what you do is going to down on the bottom hit the +2 button down next to advantage on your dice. Make sure the +2 is lit, and then grab 2d4 and throw him.
So advantage in +2.
No,
needs
not
to be in
advantage.
red.
This is not
+2.
just hit the +2 next to advantage. Yeah, it lights it up. Then roll 2d4. So you got 8 points back. So you are full health.
Nice.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Sorry, the baby woke up.
It's okay. So Dwee's in the back anyway. So, so all right. The wolves move up. They're growling. They smell something close by. Can't tell where. Damikos, what do you do?
I'm gonna move forward a little bit further to the stairs.
Okay. Move. Okay. More stream. And then it seems to a little bit of a runoff, kind of a little bitty drop again, kind of around the corner, and you see stairs, and they go up, they turn the sharp corner to the south so that you can't see what they are.
I'm gonna have to swap with Dwee. Sorry.
That's fine. He's got to take care of the kid. That's fine. The young one.
Yep.
All right. The young one woke up. We were trying to be quiet.
Well, it's not us.
Yep, they have a newborn, so that must take care of. The newborn comes first. Okay, so Damikos, yeah. So you see, kind of, you see the stream running, kind of drops down another little 10-foot little spot, and you've got a 10-foot little 5-foot spot maybe in front of you. It drops down, and you see stairway, another stairwell, turns sharply to the south.
Oh god. I might move back and let everyone know that it's all clear, but it does have a sharp corner, so everyone needs to be prepared. Yo, guys, be prepared.
Yeah, so you're seeing.
Yeah, prepared.
Yeah, this is kind of what you saw.
So,
And you do hear a waterfall off in the
yeah.
distance. Okay. Above you is you can make me a perception check, Damikos, while you're there also.
Yeah.
You're standing there, you're moving back, and you hear all of a sudden the bridge creaks up above you, and you catch movement on the north and west part. There's something up there standing in the shadows this way. Can't quite tell, but there's something up there. Yes.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Get under the bridge because they're going to see you.
Yeah, can I try and be stealthy and hide under the bridge?
Oh, you're under it.
Oh,
You can
cool.
be under it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that looks like you're on top of the bridge, but we know you're under it. Okay, so, and you can see that you pay attention a little bit longer, and all of a sudden, just kind of steps, foot kind of hangs over the side a little bit. You see, I believe.
Oh no.
There's a goblin standing there, picking his nose and eating and having fun with himself. And he's just kind of, he's kind of bored, not really paying attention. You're welcome for that visual. Goblin being a goblin, folks.
Do you think we could sneak or just stroll on past him if he's not paying attention?
Well, what's his night vision like?
Goblins can see in the dark.
Well, he could probably see us then already.
You all would know that. Yeah, goblins are sneaky little bastards, and they are good at being stealthy, and they can see in the dark.
Could you
This
shoot
one's
him?
deciding not to be stealthy, apparently.
I'm just gonna see if I've got any spells where I could distract him. Hold on.
Well, I guess we're doing that. We'll close out the giveaway. Anybody else want to get on the giveaway real quick? We're doing a loot crate giveaway for stream loots. You can get in on there with the exclamation ticket. Anybody else in chat that's watching want to get in on that? We'll give you a couple more seconds while they're debating what to do. We have the Jeopardy music going on. Da-na-na-na-na-na. For the Daily Double. Daily Double Damocos's.
What cantrips do you have, Damocos?
Yeah, I'm just reading them and
Go ahead. Question.
I can do a sound that originates from a point of my choice within range for up to a minute, like a cry like a raven or something. Do you reckon I could make him think there's something further up and we go a different way?
Give it a go.
Okay, all right. I can't even say that spell.
Thaumaturgy.
It's
It's prestidigitation. Yeah. So it makes a noise. It's gonna echo through the caves and all that.
I can make it sound like it's further up and we can just see how many goblins come out.
You're standing right in the pathway where everything would come running straight toward y'all.
Why don't you see if you can knock him out or just kill him?
Yeah, but I'd have to step out from under the bridge.
You see him right now. He doesn't see you.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll try and hit him with my bow and arrow then.
Camera's dropped out. Oh, hold on a second. My bad. What happened? Thanks. Hold on one second. Let me refresh. There we go. They're coming back on. I hope. Darn it. Discord minimized for some reason. I don't know why. Let me fix this. Really? Oh, let me fix. Okay. And Alaria stepped away. Okay, and then me. Oh, me. Gosh darn. Okay. You can shoot. Yeah, he's you. So this will reveal your position. You know that. But you have advantage.
Yeah, and the
on
other
shot
option is
'cause it's a surprise, so you can shoot with advantage, Damocos, if you want.
Ooh, it's risky.
What other options do we have? It's either that or we all try and stealth past without him trying to find us. So it's the only way we. Yeah, a pack of wolves, me that I can't see shit in the dark, so.
Up to y'all.
All right, no, I'll go for a bow and arrow.
Okay, so you have advantage on the shot. He has no idea you're there. So target him. Hit your advantage button. And shoot away. Damocos. Slams right into him.
Yeah.
Give him the damage.
Which one's the damage again?
The one next to it. The shows the kind of damage. Yep. Oh, it's crossbow. I was like, why is that so much? Thump. I mean, it skewers. He goes right into his base of his throat, and he just, slams out of the back of his head, and you just see him go, and he begins to teeter, kind of swaying there. And does he fall forward into the water? Which way should we make him fall, folks? Let's say, what's our odds of ability? If let's say odd, he falls forward into the water, or even he falls backwards. Should we be rough? Here we go. Oh man, how lucky. He doesn't fall forward 10 feet splashed into the water. He just falls backwards, and all of a sudden he just drops to the ground.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh,
Let's all push on it.
Delg's push to talk has stopped working.
No. You do.
Just go in your settings and see what it says.
Should we all move up with?
Babe, are your headphones even plugged in?
Okay. So, well, yeah. So, Damokos is the only really, Damokos and Ilaria would kind of see this. Ilaria would watch Damokos make this shot. But the other two have no idea what's going on back there. Can't even see it.
Yeah.
So
I'm just chilling.
Damokos is driving right now. So it's up to him.
I say we push forward, but I don't know how much movement I've got left.
Oh, we're not in combat, so we're basically, and I'm giving everybody their turns, kind of based on what's happening here. Ilaria will get she gets alerted that they smell goblin, but they're farther off now, and they basically give praise to Damokos, though they don't like, the crossbows, because the crossbow bolts, because they've had pack members killed by that, but they give Ilaria praise to Damokos for killing a goblin like that, though they tell Ilaria to tell Damokos, next time use your mouth and rip out the throat instead of using a crossbow bolt. It's better to taste one's blood when you kill it.
Yeah, Damokos.
Yeah, Damokos.
I will do, don't worry.
Don't you know that? Okay, so you're moving around and you see, you see the stairs disappear, and you hear water rushing. You hear a waterfall somewhere off in the distance to your east, and the water's flowing down from the stream, where you're at.
Am I able to go an extra square and look around the corner
Uh-oh. I think we
and
lost
do a
somebody.
perception? Yeah, Jack's just rebooting his Discord. Oh, Del, sorry.
Can you guys hear me now?
We can
Yeah.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fixed it.
Yeah, pop back on in. Let's see that maybe. Oh, and puts everybody back in. Oh, I love that. Okay, peace. Okay, so ask that question again, Damokos.
Right, my camera's on, but my push to talk is stopped now.
No, you're good. We hear you.
You can hear me now?
Awesome.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, we hear you talking.
Okay. There we go. Right.
Yeah. Okay. What are we doing, Damokos? You hear waterfall, rushing, sound of water up ahead.
I want to look up. Is it up or down those
It's going
stairs?
up. It's 10 feet going up. It's stairwell's going up. So you move around.
I wouldn't be able to see, would I?
Not yet. Not where you're at. You just see the stairs going up, but they're definitely going up somewhere. Can't tell where, though, from where you're at.
Can I move there and look around?
Yeah. You can look around. You're basically seeing what looks to be a stone wall just barely around the corner. That's kind of, water's trickling over the stone wall a little bit. You look up and you see definitely another cavern area around the steps up there, and it's dark.
I'm gonna move back and gesture for them to follow me.
Okay, Laria moves up. The wolves are traipsing along, lollygagging around. They tell Laria they still smell lots of goblins. What
I
about
have
you
a feeling
two?
they're gonna be in there.
Dwee and Dwelg. Dwee move up. Well, Dwee, now you're not able to see anything at all. Just so you know,
Delgs are coming. Delgs are
Okay.
coming.
Delg's meant to be holding.
he's holding on to him. Well, you could keep your hand on the right hand side of the wall there, Dwee, and you're feeling that as you're moving along, and you can smell Wolf, here they're kind of moving along and it's quiet, and then Delg is chink 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 moving behind you as his armor makes all this noise. Okay. All right. Alaria moves up. Demkos tells you tell her what you can't see or can't see. The wolves are
Keep on pushing.
I'm gonna go up the stairs, but I'm gonna try and be a bit stealthy about it.
Okay, so all right. You can give me advantage on your stealth check as you move up the stairs. You're moving along, you crawl up to here, and you're looking into a room. Stalagmite, you see a big pool of water that's not natural. It's basically the rocks are blocking the water flow. You can see another one off to two different tiers of it, and you see a waterfall coming out of the backside over there that's flowing down. This water's being dammed up into two large pools. Okay, you can see definitely cavern area, and as you are looking around and you turn, you hear footsteps, and you turn to look. Coming right was hiding behind the stalagmite and turns its back to look towards you is a goblin. You and the goblin are looking eye to eye. You're basically, coming up, crawling up, looking, and you're looking up, and the goblin's looking down at you, and he's just standing there, and he begins to open his mouth, and we'll hold there for the night. Dun 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 dun.
Suspense.
All right.
Yep. A couple minutes early, but we're good. It's a good cutting point. Because usually that means that something's about to happen. So Damikos is going, oh shit. However,
it was always gonna happen.
Yep, you come back next time. Yep, we're back here. This group back here next to you. Y'all level up, actually. So, we're going to level. That's why we cut a little early, because it's a milestone that we're doing milestones on this game. All my games are slowly moving to milestone based instead of all XP based. Now, normally I would require full rest and all that, but because of where they're at, they're going to get to level up, and so we'll take care of that off camera here, folks. So y'all hold on, players. Well, we'll handle this in a second. We will be, what's tomorrow? Monday is, Star Trek. That's right. We got Star Trek Adventures tomorrow night here on the channel. 7 or 8 o'clock. Oh, what's up? Murderous. You just missed it. We're just cutting. We're done for the night as we're leaving the group. This Murderous is one of our Friday night players, so she's ahead of y'all a little bit. But anyway, so tomorrow night, and Murder, I think you're playing, aren't you in the Star Trek group? I think so. So that's tomorrow night, 7:30 or 8. here on the channel. Episode 1, I believe, they actually start playing the game. And then we'll be back here Tuesday night for 7:30. Okay, 7:30 tomorrow night here on the channel. And then I'm back Tuesday night for Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Wednesday is Josh Mech 45's Tales of the Sanguine Isles. Thursday we're off for one more week, and then the boys will start up. King Bashman will start up Yawning Portal. This is Central Time, Beld, so we are all Central here. I'm in Dallas, so the channel runs CST. And then Friday, back more Lost Mines and back here. So almost a full week of programming scheduling. Yeah, I'm in Dallas. Sorry, Excel. Yeah, we just wrapped up because they're going to level. So we're going to call it a couple of minutes early here. So with that being said, folks, thank you for watching. Players, good job. They're learning slowly but surely, even with some technical difficulties and other things getting away. But they're hopefully having fun. And now they're going to level up their first time. So they're going to move to a second level here in the game based on milestones. And we'll be back here next Sunday, 2 o'clock sharp, for the British invasion of Lost Mines of Phandelver. So y'all take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.